Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm here in one of my favorite spots in Vienna, which is also one of my favorite cities, and I would like to make an announcement to you. Stan's vlog is over, but a new series, a podcast series, is about to start. The aim of the channel is to combine spirituality and traveling, which are two of the main pillars guiding my life journey at the moment. So I would like to make my channel more spiritual and like less traveling, like not less traveling but combining both. And by doing that, I would like to make a smooth transition. And I will be reading some articles which I've been writing about life coaching, digital nomadism, spirituality, traveling, travel tips, and so on. For a magazine, an Italian magazine, La Mente Pensante, The Thinking Mind. And just because it's an Italian magazine, the articles are mainly in Italian. Only few of them are translated into English. So I would like to grant access to this knowledge to a broader international community. That's the reason why I conceived this podcast. I hope you will love it and enjoy watching or listening. Towards digital nomadism, the story of a change. Right now, I find myself writing in a tree house of the Aka tribe, lost in a forest in northern Thailand, surrounded by strange little animals I wasn't even aware of. But let's take it step by step. When I grow up, I'll be an interpreter, so I can travel the world, far and wide, experience new cultures, speak different languages, open myself to new ways of thinking, and continue to fuel my thirst for curiosity. In short, I live life to the fullest. Young Andrea used to tell himself, as sort of a mantra, at 16 or 17. When I finish my studies, I'll start working as a conference interpreter for the European Union. The idea of working only 16 days a month, earning tens of thousands of euros, living a luxurious life, and on top of that, doing my dream job, what more could one wish for? Andrea began telling himself at the start of his bachelor's degree in interpreting and translation. As you can already gather from these two quotes, one of them lacks a bit of substance. And knowing well that life is fond of authenticity, we can easily guess how it turned out. But we'll get back to that shortly. A nearly perfect plan. As I've already mentioned, in my second year of high school, I decided that I would become an interpreter. But not only that, the plan for my life over the next 8 or 9 years was much more precise. I would start my bachelor's in Italy to avoid taking a too big step, go on Erasmus to get used to living abroad, and once I finished my undergraduate studies, I would start my master's in a foreign country, preferably a German-speaking one. And that's exactly what I did. A bachelor's in Milan, Erasmus in Germany, and a master's in Vienna. I was almost done with my master's and I had successfully accomplished all the goals I had set for myself as a kid. At this point, all that was left was to move on to my second goal and apply for the European Union. I began preparing an unparalleled cover letter. This position had to be mine. I invested a lot of time in it and then sent it off. Now, all I had to do was wait. I was preselected. It's done. It's only a matter of hours before they confirm my hiring. Application rejected. Paradigm shift. My reaction to this message was completely unexpected. I felt a sense of lightness. I felt incredibly relieved, but I couldn't understand why. After all, wasn't this exactly what I had always wanted for my career? I had been so determined all those years in pursuing my goals to make the dream of becoming an interpreter for the European Union come true. And now I feel relieved that the European Parliament didn't take me as an intern? Exactly. At that moment, I had started listening to my heart and no longer my head. As I've already mentioned, I understood very well that life thrives on authenticity and shuns hypocrisy. And with hindsight, I can say with total honesty that I changed my approach in all aspects of life, starting from this unpleasant anecdote. It was a paradigm shift because I had begun to live by looking life in the face with the eyes of my soul and putting aside the ego's perspective. I realized that I had been a prisoner and perhaps, fortunately, I wasn't even aware of it. Not a prisoner of society, but a series of internal mental logics that I had imposed on myself to fit into society. But finally, I was beginning to savor the unmistakable taste of freedom. There was still one last thing physically tying me down, finishing my master's. With this perspective, it wasn't hard to find the motivation to complete the thesis I had been procrastinating on for over a year. And so, in November 2021, I finished my studies. Spirituality. As you know, the name of the channel is the Spiritual